What is up, Super Fam and Bro Vengers alike? I am Sensei Finito, aka Vane Sensei, and welcome to Marvel Bros, where we discuss all things Marvel and everything pop culture. And today we are going to be doing our watch party and review for none other than Creature Commandos episode. What's today's episode? Episode 4. I am so excited to get into episode 4 today, man. It's going to be lovely. The episode drops at midnight PST. It's 11:10 right now, so we got about 50 minutes until the next episode of Creature Commandos drops. So we're going to be talking about it. We're going to be nerding out and talking about all the things that we hope to see in tonight's episode. And we're going to be nerding out a little bit about Superman and all the other DC fantastical things that are going on right now. Because if y'all don't know, the first teaser trailer for Superman will be released tomorrow morning at 5:30. Well, at 6 a.m. and we will be live here at 5:30 to check it out and be here for all of that lovely nerdy goodness. Okay, so make sure y'all are ready. Make sure y'all get some sleep so you can be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed tomorrow when we pull up to watch Superman. Okay, to watch the Superman trailer, the first trailer for Superman. I am pumped for it, man. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic, man. Oh, damn. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, it's gonna be amazing, yo. So I am so ready to tune in to the Superman trailer tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure that we are going to have some pretty good teasers tonight for some Superman stuff as well. I mean, man, everything looks like we are about to be straight cooking. And I am very, very excited for that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am very, very excited. But let me know, chat. Drop a 1 in the chat if you are excited for tonight's episode of Creature Commandos. Drop another 1 in the chat if you're excited for Superman's trailer dropping tomorrow. And drop a 2 in the chat if you just, if you're like, man. If you're like, nah, drop a 2 in the chat. Let's see. I just realized that I have not made I did not schedule an event for Superman. That's crazy. I don't know how that happened. Um, what's up with it? Ray, how you doing? Ray Ashford. I am Pacific Standard Time. I am PST over here, man. I hope you're excited to get into it, yo. Because you know, yeah. I hope you're excited to get into it because I'm pumped. Hello everyone. Yo, Matt, how you doing today? I hope you're excited. I am looking forward to see Superman once again. For real, I'm so hyped for that Superman trailer tomorrow. I think it's going to be lovely. Would it work if you just change your time zone? No, that doesn't work. Because basically, for whatever time it is for me at midnight, I mean, whatever time it is for you, my time zone, it all releases at the same time, but not at the same time. You know what I mean? It's kind of weird. But it's not like how it is with certain video games. Like I know for certain video games you can like change your time zone, but for this, all of the times are actually at the same time. You know what I mean? It just is like for example, it's gonna be 12 p.m. PST, 12 a.m. PST, but it's gonna be like 3 a.m. EST, and then it'll be like 9 a.m. GMT. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things, but it'll all happen simultaneously. It's just every time zone. It's it's not necessarily time zone specific. It's just going to release everywhere at the same time. Except I think in New Zealand, I don't think they get it at all. There's not really a way to cheat the system. Like if you like you're going to be here, right? If you're here, we will both get the episode at the same time no matter what time zone your guys are in, right? It's just I technically get it earlier because it's earlier in the day. You know what I'm saying? Time zone stuff. Boom. Ah, all right, I got all that there. But yeah, there's not really a way to cheat the system. Unfortunately, everybody will get the episode at the same time. But I'm still excited to check it out tonight because, man, I think that Creature Commandos has been a wonderful show so far. Yeah, people have been wilding on the internet about the Superman stuff, but it's okay because we just we're happy for Superman, yo. We're when you are a nerd and you are able to appreciate all nerdy things, you do not hate on nothing. You're happy. You want to see everybody win because that means you just get to enjoy more stuff, right? Like I'm not. I don't. I'm gonna be watching Superman and Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? Like, we about to be out here. Yo, what's up with it, Jay Miggy? Welcome back, bro. I hope you're having a good day today, brother. I hope you're excited and ready to get into Creature Commandos episode 4. It's about to get spicy tonight. Well, not spicy like you're talking about, Ray, but it's about to get spicy. That's crazy how they did 2 spicy scenes in the 2 opening episodes. That's a really good point. Showing how different and diverse this type of content is going to be. They're going to have the family-friendly Superman, but they also have the not so family-friendly Creature Commandos and the not so family-friendly Peacemaker and the not so you know what I mean? And it's you're going to have a ton of different genres, a ton of different projects and forms of media for a little bit of everybody, and it's going to be fantastic. I really can't wait to see what Superman is going to look like. Man, if you guys have saw that trailer, it is so hard to tell what year it is. James Gunn is doing that fantastical vibe completely one like in a really good way. Like he's doing it in a really good way and letting it be known like, hey, this world is not like our own. So you're not going to know if it's 2002 or if it's going to be 2022 or if it's 2042. You know what I mean? You're really not going to know what's going on in this universe until someone says it and until we really get that sure line of what's going on within just within life. Because if you look at that trailer, you see people have cell phones, but they look like old cell phones. But everybody looks like they're from the 80s. It's like there's so many different things going on, and I'm really excited to check it out. So I hope you guys are pumped for tomorrow morning when we will be checking out that Superman trailer. Superman is my favorite DC character growing up. Yo, shout outs to Superman. Any predictions? I think tonight's episode is definitely going to be fire. If you guys did stay till the very end of last week's episode, then there was like a post credit scene, but really a teaser trailer basically for next week's episode, and it did show a vision that Cersei will give Amanda Waller, kind of giving us a little bit of a prediction about what could possibly happen in the future. Maybe if they fail in this season specifically, and I know a lot of people are going to be tripping balls about that, but I mean, I'm pretty sure we're going to wrap up the majority of the things that we have on the table for this season while leaving some things open. You know what I mean? I mean, if you look at the Suicide Squad, right? The Suicide Squad did a wonderful job of telling one cohesive story and tying that shit with a bow, but it also continued the story of Peacemaker, but it didn't feel like it was a spin-off of the Suicide Squad. It felt like its own story just about a character that was there. I don't, you know what I mean? Like it was just very different. It was very different. The Peacemaker and Suicide Squad and the way they kind of coincided with each other, it was awesome. So I'm not sure if we're going to get that same level transitioning here from Creature Commandos to Superman back to Suicide Squad, not to Suicide Squad, excuse me, but back to Peacemaker. I don't know if we're going to have that type of vibe initiating there, but I would like to see something going down. And with the Superman trailer releasing tomorrow, I would not be surprised if they do try to give us a little something in here to kind of wet the whistle for Superman or for just the DCU in general, you know? So I'm pumped. I liked Skeleton Crew yesterday. Hey, I did too, man. I'm not gonna lie, Matthew. It was a really good time yesterday, man. I had a lovely time with Skeleton Crew. It was such a good episode. They tackled so many different ideas in that episode as well. It was just really cool to see this other side of the galaxy and getting all those different vibes from like Fallout and all these just different vibes. It was so many vibes wrapped up in together, and I loved it. I was so depressed when GI Robot died. He was my favorite, the funniest. He was the best. R.I.P. Yeah, man, that was super sad, Ray. I'm hoping that they can like bring him back if possible. You know what I mean? Like he is a robot for all intents and purposes, so it may be possible for them to just and bring bro right back, and he'd be locked back in for the rest of the show. You know what I mean? I think that's a very big possibility. Yo, what's up with it, Lewis Berry? How you doing, my guy? I hope you're having a good day today, bruv. My guy said, enjoying the show so far and can't wait for Superman trailer later. Hope to get looks at Lex, Supergirl, Max, Superdog, and Guy. Yeah, I believe we're going to get all of those in the trailer. I believe this trailer will show us a little bit of everything and a little bit of nothing at the same time. James Gunn understands how much we want to know what's going to be going on within the DCU, so he's going to be showing us it all in that trailer tomorrow. I mean, look at the trailer that he just showed today. Look at the teaser for the teaser trailer. Like, bruh, James Gunn is about to be cooking. Cause hear me out. We're about to get today we got the teaser. Tomorrow we're getting the teaser trailer. And then they're gonna have a Super Bowl spot for that first trailer of Superman in February, bro. You know that's what they're gonna do. You know it. Like, the Super Bowl trailer is going to be the real trailer of bruh, the Superman trailer at the Super Bowl. It's genius. Literally, it's genius. So I'm really hyped. I'm really hyped. Um, I miss him too. He deserves a funeral with full honors. I agree. The teaser trailer looks like it harkens back to the 1978 film, and James Gunn already did come out and say he is going to be, very much paying homage to every Superman that has come before, and that includes Zack Snyder's version of Superman, including every version of Superman. James Gunn enjoys every version of Superman, and he is going to pay homage to all the versions, which I think is freaking awesome. Today I asked my phone, Siri, why am I still single? And it activated the front camera. Yo, Ash, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that shit took me by surprise, man. I wasn't ready for that. Let's see. I think GI Robot comes back. I do too. I really do. I don't think we have seen the last of GI Robot. And if we have seen the last of GI Robot, he has a ton, 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 a ton of other GI Robot people, right? Because he's like Jake 2, so there could be Jake 3. There could be a whole team of Nazi killing robots out there, which would be awesome. Peacemaker's trajectory from the Suicide Squad and his show surprised me. Even Waller didn't want him immediately around her anymore, or even another squad, which was awesome. It was so crazy to see how different everything was, and just the world was just built. Just that if James Gunn doesn't know how to do anything, he knows how to world build. He can world build in a way that is insane. That's why Kevin Feige trusted him to create and expand upon the cosmic side of the MCU. James Gunn is very much the architect of the cosmic side of the MCU. The things that he implemented within Guardians of the Galaxy are things that have continued to build the rest of the MCU to this day, down to the hexagonal shapes when they are doing like the hyperspace travel. So I really can't wait to see Superman specifically, because I know James Gunn is going to be I think he is going to be bruh, like it's gonna be insane. Like we're not even gonna believe it. It will feel how every animated project we have ever watched that is a DC project feels. That's really what I feel like, yo. If you guys love DC, then everyone knows that the animated projects are the best thing that DC has ever done. All of the like the majority of their projects, yo. Shout out to Ray Ashford. Welcome to the Super Fan, man. I appreciate you, and I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I hope you're ready for Creature Commandos. But you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be crazy to see the level of detail and just the level of world building that's gonna happen. And we're gonna see so many characters and people are gonna be mad about it, and then they're gonna watch the movie and they're gonna be like, oh my god, this is exactly what I want a comic book movie to feel like. That's really how I feel. I have yet to see James Gunn do something that doesn't make me feel like it's a comic book, like I'm reading a comic, like I'm watching a comic book happen. You know what I mean? He gets the nerdy. He's a nerd. That's what it is. That's the difference. James Gunn is a nerd. You feel me? And you don't get that with a lot of other creators. Skeleton Crew, I like the other Lost at planets. I want to see what they are like. I agree, and I hope we actually go to them. I really do think that we could spend an episode going from like planet to planet, kind of like bing, 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 and realizing either all of these planets are dead in the same way, and Atton is actually the only planet that's left, or the other case. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, what's up with Mari 2? Welcome in, Miss Lady. I hope you're having a good day today.
Hello there.
Hey guys, if you haven't already, make sure you like the video. It definitely helps out tremendously with all the things that we do around here. I think if you just double tap the screen, it'll do everything for you. All right. If you haven't already, you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in. You can also follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. We're always posting the latest news, movie reviews, and other content that I think you guys might get into. So make sure you go over there and drop a follow and just join the journey. Don't forget to join the Discord if you guys haven't, because the nerdy conversations are always popping off there as well. So, just come vibe with us. Come vibe with us. I hope Dr. Phosphorus doesn't die. He is my second fave. I very much agree with that. I've heard Mike, actually, when I was talking to Mike Beasy, he had mentioned that, Dr. Because if you guys don't know, I am not as well versed within the DC knowledge as I am with like Marvel knowledge or Star Wars knowledge or anything like that. But Mike Beasy had let me know that Dr. Phosphorus is like a long running Batman villain within the comics. And because of that, it's very possible that he has some Batman connections within the DCU too, which I think is which I think is dope. I think that's going to be dope to really see how that goes down. Dr. Phosphorus totally rips off a Batman Beyond villain, does he not? He is a Batman villain though. That's what's awesome about him, right? So that's why he feels that way, is because he is canonically and historically a Batman villain. So I'm ready. Who do you think will I think you're saying who do you think will die next? Weasel. Blight is his name. Marvel Bros, have you heard that David Ayer receiving threats from Snyder Bros supporting James Gunn? I have not heard of that, but I want to know how they're gonna feel when Snyder comes out and says that he likes the movie or something, because people forget that James Gunn and Zack Snyder are bros. Like, they respect each other's work. They've worked with each other before. They appreciate each other. Like, and James Gunn is going to pay homage to Zack Snyder's Superman, Man of Steel as well. I have, bruh, bruh, bruh. If I've never seen any Superman movie other than Man of Steel and like Superman Returns back in the day when I was younger. But I do want to go back and watch all of those other movies as well. I don't want to watch them beforehand necessarily, just because I want to kind of watch that movie and then go back and watch everything else and be like, damn, he really paid homage to everything. But I know a lot of people will be like, bro, you got to watch every single Superman movie before James Gunn's Superman movie. And I kind of want to do that too, not gonna lie. Blight is really cool. Dr. William Magnus studied GI Robot, and he would go on to make his own Metal Men. I wonder if we will see them. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. Is it's possible we see another Metal Man just take his place? That would be crazy. Like, they're all sad and they're all like sitting there, and then another GI Robot comes in and they're like, "Oh, GI Robot, you're okay." But he has like a 3 on his head instead, and he's like, "I am not GI Robot. I am GI Brobot," or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, that would be crazy. And he's like, Can I see your guys' identification? Are any of you Nazis or some shit like that? That would be wild. That would be crazy. As I get older, I remember all the people I lost along the way. Maybe my budding career as a tour guide was not the. Bro, are you googling jokes, my guy Ray? You got jokes on that. I feel James Gunn is flexing his deep cut knowledge with these characters because I don't know any of them. Oh yeah, James Gunn is a comic book nerd of historical. He's like a historical comic book nerd. Like I don't think we'll see anything recent be adapted in his DCU necessarily. Like he's paying homage. Like a lot of the stuff he likes is old school, right? A lot of the stuff he likes is old school. So much so that his DCU has already existed. You can the thing that I like to that I've been saying is what's akin to his universe, as we already see from this. But like I was already I was whoa. Let's take a breath real quick. Okay. What I've been saying about James Gunn and what the DCU is going to look like is superheroes have basically been around since the dawn of superhero comics, right? Like since Superman was created, superheroes have been around. But as we've seen from what's it called? The first episode of this, superheroes, creatures, gods and monsters have been around for basically ever within the DCU. This is not something new to them. So much so that you see GI Robot literally on Jimmy Kimmel live, basically talking in like a regular segment. Like, do you know what type of world building that actually is, chat? Like, do you know what? Type one in the chat if you listening. Do you know what type of world building that is, though? For real, like to know that on Jimmy Kimmel they're interviewing robots. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. That is literally insane. Like that's crazy, yo. That's an insane level of world building right there. Not only that, but also think about how the Bride and Frankenstein both were like enrolled and enlisted within different armies fighting for different sides against each other. Like they're just chilling at bars. Like we see Frankenstein, he's just on a yacht with just women just chilling around him. Like this world is so freaking different from anything that we know about, right? Like it's going to be wild to see what type of universe this truly is because of the advancements that they're able to make in certain areas and the advancements that they don't even need to worry about, right? Like if we have superheroes and all these things are going down, fashion might not, go as much as it has in our universe, right? Or in our world, right? Because people is dying and they just trying to survive and they ain't worried about looking fashionable. So maybe that's why everybody looked like they in the 80s. And like, bro, I just want the answer, Sway. And I know those answers ain't gonna come from the trailer tomorrow, but man, oh man, them answers is coming soon. Um, yeah, Gunn does have crazy attention to detail. I agree. I agree. Every single thing that gets brought up matters. I would love for James Gunn to write a comic book or a book, period. Like a book, that would be fire. I know it would be fire. There is so much love in what Gunn does. It almost reminds me of Adi Shankar's bootleg universe in some ways. No idea what that is. What put that place called Nowhere and Guardians of the Galaxy? What is that thing? Yeah, that is the head. That is the head of a celestial. Nowhere is a celestial, and the celestials are the same thing that show up in Eternals. Just to kind of just bridge the gap there. Also in Guardians of the Galaxy, in the head celestial, when they're trying to take the Power Stone to the collector, they show basically like a quick sizzle reel of another celestial who has the Power Stone, and he's like decimating a planet that he's on. And then we also, like I said, we also see Tiamat Island. That is a celestial that is going to be showing up in Captain America: Brave New World. That is a celestial that was supposed to be hatching from within the Earth. So, um, yeah. Uh, I just know someone else is gonna die on the team. I would not be surprised if everybody dies, bro, except our boy Rick Flag, right? That would be insane, but I can see it. I was yeah. I was digging in our garden and found a chest full of gold coins. I wanted to run straight home to tell my wife about it. Then I remembered why I was digging it. Bruv. Bro, that's brutal. That's brutal. Snyder's a nice dude. You're not gonna be on his good side making threats in his name. Yeah, bro is a really good guy. It's kind of sad how a fandom has sprawled out of his work that is not so nice. I may not like all Snyder's work, and I may have disagreements with his perspectives, but I respect the amount of work he did and does, and he will not bash another creator. I am sure of it. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, like Snyder is the type of person that has to create his own stuff, create his own universe, and he can't be shackled by companies at all. Like there is a vast difference between Rebel Moon and the Rebel Moon director's cut. Same thing with Justice League and Zack Snyder's Justice League. Like there are stark differences between those things. And it's very interesting to see him be able to do it. No bars on him. And the thing that I appreciate about James Gunn, though, is that he is able to kind of do the same thing that Zack Snyder does, but with those bars on him from the bigger executives, right? He's able to kind of finagle things his own way because he worked with people that he likes, all these things across the board. So he tries to keep all the money low to use money for all these other things, right? So it's just kind of dope to see both of them as creators be able to create what they want to create. And then when they do, that shit is fire. Like, I would love to see Gunn and Snyder work on something together for real, for real. I think it would be amazing. Yo, what's up with that Mike Beezy? Beezy in the chat. GI Robot reminded me of Android 16 and Dragon Ball Z. What's the A? Dragon Ball Z. I don't know what the A is. Hello, I birds and murdering Son Goku. Yeah, yo, for real though, I know exactly what you mean. When is Creature Commandos episode 4 releasing? In about 23 minutes. Cersei reunited. Cersei recruited some proud boys. Facts. Can I just say how much I've enjoyed watching the woke agenda? Yo. Oh man. Man, I just hate what they did to my guy Hulk. A live action Planet Hulk could be cool, but it would require an insane budget to do well. Maybe, but also maybe not. You know? You know what I'm saying? I think they can make it happen. I think they could definitely make it happen. All right, chat. Let us check out this video from Emergency Awesome. Just kind of breaking down episode 3 and getting us ready for episode 4. Let me actually skip like the little beginning because I'm pretty sure it's a little if you guys didn't watch the end trailer of last week's episode, I don't want to kind of spoil it for you right now. So we'll just go to like right there.
Misunderstood villains where like Starro is presented by Amanda Waller as the actual villain they need to stop, and like the Thinker, for example, but in reality it's actually the US government and Amanda Waller herself who are the real villains of that story. So it seems like they're setting up some similar type of twist with this series and the Cersei character, so we'll break it all down. If you're brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get all the episodes. The actual episode title was Cheers to the Tin Man, which is a reference to G.I. Robot. It's what his squad called him during World War II when he was created. Tin Man is also a reference to The Wizard of Oz because the book and then eventually 2 different movies were released before World War II. It's also the reason why in the Avengers movie, Steve Rogers understood that reference, all because he saw the Judy Garland 1930s Wizard of Oz movie.
To his personal flying monkeys. Monkeys? I do not understand.
I do.
I understood that reference.
The episode basically deals heavily with his backstory through flashbacks, the way that episode 2 dealt with the bride's backstory. It seems that they're going to be doing that episode to episode. Like next week's episode will be a Weasel episode where they explain his backstory too, with a couple more big cameo scenes. Like there have been a couple really big cameo scenes that they don't totally announce before it comes out. You probably detect some of them. Some of them are pretty easy to pick out. Most of them are longtime James Gunn actors from either the Marvel Universe or other James Gunn movies. Sometimes they're just people that show up in all of his movies, even the non-Marvel movies too. The opening scene starts with Rick Flag bringing everyone else to Castle Frankenstein to save the bride and Nina from Cersei, and it causes G.I. Robot to flash back to World War II throughout the episode and up to present day to explain how he wound up at Argus, the captive of Amanda Waller.
The cameos
in the first
already
flashback,
are
we go
insane.
back to World War II. The number 2 on his helmet is to denote he's the second version of G.I. Robot that the military created, basically a fighting robot designed to kill Nazis. Not meant to be a former human's soul or consciousness bonded to a robot's body or anything supernatural like that, like he's just a sentient robot, closer to being something like Vision, for example. Later in the episode, they say he's just a really advanced artificial intelligence. We learn they refer to him affectionately as Tin Man because he is a robot. This flashback to Easy Company is also meant to be a bit of an Easter egg for an upcoming live-action DCU movie that James Gunn is planning on making. Recently, it was announced that Daniel Craig, of all people, is supposed to play a version of Sergeant Rock, his commanding officer here. This is Sergeant Rock right here.
Journey of Monarch is now available on both PC and mobile with Google Play Games.
Oh, that's dumbass funny because I know I'll be looking hella different. I know
I don't know exactly when that movie's going to come out, and it feels kind of weird for them to do a World War II period piece because that's what it would be. But it'd be kind of like the first Wonder Woman movie took place during World War I. Imagine the same vibe, but set during World War II inside the DC universe. So you have other supernatural characters, metahumans, superpowered individuals. Meaning that a bunch of other characters from around World War II era would also show up in that movie, probably a live-action version of G.I. Robot too. I guess that'd feel a little bit like the battle droids during the Phantom Menace. They get surprised by a bunch of Nazis, which G.I. Robot then just quickly dispatches. Notice his heads-up display marks all the Nazis with symbols, like it's meant to be a very primitive AI, so that's all he thinks about. Everything he sees is interpreted through that particular lens, like, are you or are you not a Nazi? Then I noticed another super meta Easter egg during the actual intro itself when they showed James Gunn's scene. So normally you would think this is just them animating him in because he's the creator of the series, he's the head of DC now, so it's kind of funny in that context. But if you zoom in and enhance, notice the script that he's writing is a Cersei scene, so I think the idea is that he's writing next week's episode and each of the previous intros. So like at the end of episode 1, he was writing the Frankenstein scene, setting up the Frankenstein stuff that happened during episode 2. I think all the Cersei stuff that he's writing in this script for episode 3 is for Cersei scenes during episode 4. So maybe there'll be some sort of teaser at the end of episode 8 in the finale where he's writing the script for like some big Superman scene in the live-action Superman movie or something like that, like some big teaser. It's a really cool meta spin on an actual Easter egg, like he's almost breaking the fourth wall in this scene. Technically, when characters reference the actual writer of an episode in the episode, or they reference the writers of the episode in the episode, it's actually a fifth wall break that goes beyond fourth wall breaks.
The most recent DC in DC are like the MCU did. Nah, I don't think so. I think he's gonna probably do the exact opposite and lean into the characters that have always been popular. I mean, look at what he's starting with, right? He's already starting with Superman. He's bringing in Guy Gardner. He's bringing in Hal Jordan. He's bringing in all the beloved characters, really, that there are. And he's got, well, in a way, he's not going to do that, and he is going to do that because he's kind of starting the DCU in a world where everything has already happened. So the future of the DCU is actually what is brighter, right? It's going to be who's taking mantles and all of that. Like, we're already getting into the passing of mantles and new characters coming in to the fray. So in a way, it's like there aren't going to be any origin stories because mantles are just being passed down. And when you pass a mantle down in the right way, you actually get the origin story within the passing of the mantle. So the origin story can actually be, kind of overshined a little bit, but not necessarily overshined. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think like with things like Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, the Suicide Squad, I think he likes to make those type of stories as well. So I think it's gonna be a good blend of a little bit of everything, right? We're supposed to have a Clayface movie. We're supposed to, you know what I mean? Like Supergirl, like so there are a lot of already very popular characters that he's bringing into the fray and non-popular characters. So I think it's just a little bit of everything as a whole.
Recent examples I can think of that outside of like Rick and Morty, for example, where they actually reference the writers of Rick and Morty in the show, is actually the She-Hulk TV
Oh,
series in real life at Marvel, where she directly jumps out of Disney Plus, out of her own show, to go address the Marvel writers in real life. That was also what all those Kevin Feige robot scenes were all about. Not fourth wall breaks, but fifth wall breaks. But here's the first clue that Cersei isn't the actual villain of the series, and there's going to be a big twist because she put Nina in a tub of water. Like they took time to fill the tub with water, then put Nina in so that she could survive. Like she wasn't
isn't that weird that they took the time to put water in the tub and fill it up and then barbed wire it up so she couldn't escape, but she would also stay alive? Like they did not want to kill her.
trying to kill Nina or the bride when she could have instantly. And if it wasn't clear, even though the bride does have enhanced attributes because of the way Victor von Frankenstein brought her back to life, she's not completely unkillable like you can perma-kill her. So even though she's shouting about it at the end of the episode, here they want to foreshadow the idea that Cersei is telling the truth. She doesn't actually want to kill them, she only wants to kill the princess to save the world, but they don't totally explain why yet. Love the way the robot, because he's so strong, just picks up the entire tub with all the water and Nina in it, just carries it into the actual back of the car. He has another flashback going on national television so they can hype him up to America during the 1960s. They explain it's been about 20 years since the end of World War II, and the doctor that the general is basically giving him to is William Magnus, who also created the Metal Men in the comics, and that's basically the reason why the general gave him G.I. Robot, so that he could use him in his quote-unquote experiments. You also probably noticed that he's being voiced by Alan Tudyk, who does the voice of Dr. Phosphorus and Clayface during the series. He's also going to show up during the new live-action David Cornswith Superman movie too, but they didn't say who he's playing during the Superman movie. Alan Tudyk playing like 10 different characters across the DC universe.
That's another thing that Gunn gets to get away with, is using and recycling characters. Like, yeah.
Notice how on television he scans the crowd instantly looking for more Nazis, like more foreshadowing for his downfall, just because he's so obsessed with it, like his programming is so baked into him. Even though it was a 1950s thing mostly, you could think of this as the communist scare, where like people were being asked by the FBI everywhere they went being suspected of communism, people being interrogated, particularly famous people too. Magnus talks to the general about G.I. Robot's brain basically being artificial intelligence that's not perfect. Like, he doesn't know if he's completely conscious or not. Like, is he self-aware? You could also think of this as commentary on modern AI being very imperfect. Like, oftentimes, if you try to get answers or art or anything at all from artificial intelligence apps or anything on the web, it winds up having big errors in it. But the whole idea here is they just want to set up the idea that Magnus uses G.I. Robot to create the much more advanced Metal Men from the DC Comics. Notice he keeps trying to test
Are
it
we
to
gonna
see
see
if
the
he
Metal
is
Men
actually
in Justice
self-aware.
League?
When he says he'd like to see his
In
former
Justice League and
comrades in Easy
Superman?
Company, I think
That
that's
would
to
be
imply that he
insane.
does have some base level consciousness, like he has wants and desires that go beyond his original programming. That's probably going to be one of his arcs during the series. Like, eventually he will slowly redeem himself and he'll become more and more self-aware by the end of the series. One of the other notes here, too, is that William Magnus created the Metal Men in the 1960s. That's when they debuted in DC Comics. So it makes sense that this scene takes place during the
Mm.
60s, right before he does that.
What did I just finish saying about how, you know what I mean? How he does things. A lot of the things that are going to happen in the DCU are going to be corresponding with how the shit happened in the freaking, bruh, come on, son.
This schematic on his board to the far left is the first member of the Metal Men, which he calls automatons, the next generation of automatons. Back at the castle in present day, Cersei shows up to kill the princess with the sons of Themyscira. Notice the details on them, like just one of them is wearing a normal bicycle helmet. This feels kind of funny, like not an actual combat helmet, because they're meant to be
HR needs
idiots, and Cersei
to
doesn't
speak to the
care if they live or
princess.
die. She's just
Yo,
using them as cannon
you're
fodder
right,
to
though.
get to the princess, so she
I
can
love
kill
how
her.
G.I. Robot
They
was
do
driven
want to
by
show
his
that she
directive
does
to kill Nazis, but he also likes other things like his former squad and even his new one. Yeah, that was actually really dope. He can actually have conversations. Exactly. Was that an Amazo tease? Ooh. Maybe not in soups, but 1,000% Metal Men will appear. That'll be fire. Yeah, the episode drops in T minus 10 minutes.
Have some
Chat T
skills, like
minus
she
10
escapes
minutes.
briefly back to her room and gets a gun and manages to kill a couple of them before Cersei shows up. But the way they're playing the scene, they still want her to feel like she's a damsel in distress trying to escape them, the villains, which, like I said, is probably a big misdirect. That's also what that teaser at the end with Cersei is meant to be too. Like, you doomed us all because I wasn't able to kill the princess. Most of the palace guard winds up getting wasted by the sons of Themyscira. We get our next big cameo scene, so we find out that it's in the early 2000s, maybe the 2010s almost, and G.I. Robot bounced around from military lab to military lab after Magnus was done using him to create the Metal Men, not needing him anymore, until eventually he just sold to a pawn shop and is now bought by a collector. You probably detected the cameo scene here because the voice is very identifiable. The new buyer is Michael Rooker, longtime James Gunn collaborator. Most of you know him either as Yondu in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but he's been in a bunch of other James Gunn's non-Marvel movies too. Because we're talking about the DC universe here too, there's a lot of Suicide Squad Easter eggs later in the episode. Michael Rooker also played Savant during his Suicide Squad movie more recently. He takes him home. He's got a ton of pet cats. This also might be a joke about James Gunn in real life, always having a ton of pets at his house. The way they ease him into this intro here, they want to make him seem like a totally nice guy, like totally chill, just likes doing really mundane things, totally amazing, common existence, until they slowly reveal that he is a white nationalist.
That
Basically a
shit was
neo-Nazi.
hilarious.
You find out that his military collection is made up of all this Confederate war gear, Nazi paraphernalia, the Japanese flag, who were allies of Germany during World War II. Basically all the bad stuff you would not want to see in someone's collection. Like, no, you shouldn't have this. This is kind of questionable. Getting some metaphorical and literal red flags here. When we see
Legit.
them
I was
watching
like,
a
yo, wait a
real
minute.
life war movie that
Bro's
they
a
cropped into the
Nazi.
show, I think this is meant to be footage from the Dirty Dozen, big Suicide Squad Easter egg, because the Dirty Dozen movie inspired the creation of the Suicide Squad comics originally, and James Gunn just shot the Suicide Squad movie, which Michael Rooker, cameo scene here, also starred in as the Savant character. So they get a little meta here with all the Easter eggs. The reason why he puts him in the coat and hat before taking him to the white nationalist meeting is to disguise him so people won't notice him outside. They get to the meeting with the idea the owner thinks that he can help them with maybe some big attack or something that they're planning on doing eventually, just because he is a very powerful robot. Then it all goes downhill real quick because G.I. Robot, obsessed with killing Nazis, notices all of them are neo-Nazis, finally losing it on them when he sees the actual flag reveal. We find out this was located in Hub City, which is from the Blue Beetle comics. It's also the birthplace of the Question character. And I love the way when he actually goes on the killing spree, they bounce back and forth, transitioning between present day and the past while he's killing everybody in the past and the future. With Rick Flag in present day telling him the sons of Themyscira are also Nazis. So like, please just open up, have fun, destroy them all. We see that Magnus did wind up giving him some enhanced abilities, some repulsors, so he can basically fly. We find out that as a result of the massacre in the past, he gets arrested, thrown in prison, and because the courts decide that he meets the definition of sentience, being a person, he can be held accountable and held trial for his actions.
Which is another crazy world building aspects. Like they're arresting AIs.
How he winds up getting thrown inside Bell Rev. Notice he gets locked up with a bunch of other big DC characters.
Here we go.
This is Animal, Vegetable, Mineral Man. We saw him during the Doom Patrol episodes. The person on the far left in the cell is Shaggy Man, who's from the really old Justice League comics. He's got a really crazy powerful healing factor that's even stronger than Superman's, and just base enhanced abilities, but he's also meant to be functionally indestructible. Next character between them with the hood is called the Fisherman. He's from the Aquaman comics, who basically use fishing-themed gear to be a supervillain. Next one on the far right is called the Crimson Centipede for obvious reasons. He's actually from the Wonder Woman comics and was created by Ares, god of war. His abilities are mostly that he just has really powerful pheromones that he uses.
Yeah. Sun has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Sun has posters on him, bro. Bro has a son. Come on, son. And people really be saying that DC is the one that's always been way more serious than Marvel, bro. And you got shit like this. And you got Condiment King and shit. Like, bro, I love it, bro. I
in battle
love it,
and
bro.
enhanced
I
physical
love it,
attributes.
bro.
So he's just super
Bro,
tough.
look at this. Bro, look at this dude. Are you kidding me? Look at this dude. Look at this dude. This is crazy.
Then we basically just see him rot
Bro
in
had
a
a
prison
gun in
cell for
every
years
hand.
until
You
the
know how
events of episode
expensive it has
1.
to be a
Back in
villain?
present day, Cersei blows him into a bunch of different pieces. Don't worry,
Oh,
Tin Man, they
shit.
can reassemble him like he's just an artificial intelligence. They can just put his pieces back together, put Humpty Dumpty back together. The princess is able to shoot a couple of the sons dead until Cersei shows up. Notice how she doesn't care that the sons died, like she only cares about killing the princess. With the twist being that this is a good thing and we should support Cersei in her efforts to kill the princess, but she doesn't explain why yet. Weasel winds up
Yes.
stopping her before she can blast the princess, and I think this is the first time we've actually seen Weasel actually fight someone because he doesn't actually do any fighting during the Suicide Squad movie. He is vicious, like he rips her to shreds. Dr. Phosphorus makes a joke about barbecue, then starts using his radiation powers to absolutely roast her face. It definitely tastes like burning. Cersei's technically an immortal sorceress, so she can heal that damage with magic pretty easily. Normally, that would take a bunch of years off of someone's life too, being blasted with that much radiation. Rick Flag getting a little disgusted with how vicious they get until the bride chimes in saying, "You wanted monsters, you got monsters," because they are very literally monsters, so don't be surprised when they act monstrous. Nina's like the only one of the bunch who's actually worried about anybody, worried about G.I. Robot, whose head is still operational briefly, but don't worry, they can repair him. It seems like they're going back to Argus in the next episode, so it's not like G.I. Robot is permadead. Cersei then reveals that they messed up because the world is now doomed because she failed to kill the princess, without explaining why. Like, that's obviously something for episode 4. Over the end credits, they also show different scenes from previously in the episode. Episode 4 next week seems like it's mostly going to show us Weasel's backstory. I think they're going to reveal that he didn't actually kill those kids and was framed. The woman representing him too as his lawyer also sounds awful lot like Linda Cardellini, who also plays Hawkeye's wife in the Marvel Universe, revealing she's Agent 13, aka Mockingbird of the MCU. But the real reason why Linda Cardellini is probably guest starring on this series is because James Gunn created Creature Commandos, and most of you might remember Linda Cardellini as Velma from the live-action Scooby-Doo movies back in the day. Scooby-Doo was like his first big break in Hollywood. He only wrote the movies, though. He didn't direct them at the time. Another big Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn, Marvel actor connection too, just because he's pulling a lot of his Marvel actors into DC projects, is that G.I. Robot is voiced by his brother Sean Gunn, who most people remember as Kraglin from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He also played the stand-in for Rocket Raccoon on set because Bradley Cooper just did the voice for Rocket Raccoon. And even though he only has a couple scenes during this episode, Sean Gunn also does the voice of Weasel. He did it during the live-action Suicide Squad movie too.
Back.
Inside the DC universe, Weasel...
All right, chat. I hope y'all ready. The episode is about to come out, bro. It's about to release. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited too. Man, it's about to go down. We are about to get into it. It ain't nothing to it but to do it, yo. I am not, of course, not going to be able to show the entirety of the episode from start to finish, but what I can do is I'll be able to have it, I don't have to be able to appear like that, and then it will disappear. Right? Every once in a while, because if we don't do that, then the YouTube gods will definitely cancel the stream completely. So, I will be providing commentary as well while we are watching. You guys also can feel free to talk with amongst yourselves within the chat. Try not to do too many spoilers. Please press play. When we press play, I will do a sacred countdown, and then on 3, we will press play and all enjoy the episode together. So we can have it all nicely synced up. And while it is synced up, that means if you are ahead of where it is on the stream, don't say nothing about it because other people may not be there. And if you don't see the episode just yet, don't worry because we have had to wait a little while here the last couple of weeks for the episode to fully show up Yo, my guy Ray is on demon time, yo. Um, so we just gotta we're just waiting for the episode to load up here on in the chat. Here in a second, it'll be here soon enough. So don't you be too scared, yo. Don't you be too scared. Let me know if you guys have the episode up on your side. Let's get a 1 in the chat if Creature Commandos is up for you. Let's get a 2 in the chat if it's not up there for you just yet. We gotta wait a little while. We've had to wait a little while for the last couple of times for this show. It just doesn't air at midnight all the time. I'm not sure why, but it will be up soon. It will be up soon. How long do we have to wait last time? I think I asked that last time too, and I do not remember. If I go here and go to the end, will it queue up the next episode? Nope. Aha. Okay. I see it right here. Does anybody else have the episode? Because I have the episode right here. Definitely. Oh, and it disappeared. Shit. Wait, it was there. Y'all saw it. It said episode 4. Hold on. Let me go to the end again. Let me go to the end again. Okay, so I have it, but only if I went to the end of episode 3 and then backed out. So let me know if you guys have it on your side, chat. Let me try to open it in another tab. If it's not there, hold on, let's see. Creature Commandos. Okay, 1 in the chat if you have the episode, 2 in the chat if you don't. Because I think it might be tripping. Because I just opened up a new tab and I don't have the episode there, but I have it over here. So on 3, maybe I can give it 2 more minutes if you guys don't have. I see ones in the chat though, so I think the majority of everyone probably has it then. So let's dive into it, chat. All right, let's dive into it, man. On 3, we will press play and enjoy episode 4 of Creature Commandos together. Ready? I hope you guys are ready too. On 3, we will press play. 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's get it. Let's get it on. This movie was crazy. This movie was insane. Did you guys like Joker? 1 in the chat if you like Joker, 2 in the chat if you didn't. Did you like Joker? Did you like that movie? All right, here we go, chat. Let's get into it. We're about to get into episode 4 of Creature Commandos. I'm so excited. Yo, I love this intro. I love that intro. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's a great intro right there. Oh. Oh, it's still getting spicy. All right, let's go. A badass intro, man. I wonder what it says for James Gunn's at the end. I'm not gonna pause it so I can stay on point with it, but I didn't see what it said. Why is it silent? Copyright gods. That's why it will not be up the entire time, and that's why it is silent. Yo, it's Diebeard. I know who that is. Wait, Weasel has a lawyer? Oh, Peacemaker. Oh God. Jahanpur. Oh. Oh. Bruh's crazy. Well, that escalated quickly. The Weasel's name is John. The Weasel's name is John. Oh. Did he not really kill the children? Velma with the Scooby snacks is crazy. Okay. Frankenstein is absolute. Oh shit. Bro snapped his neck with his thumb. That's insane. Oh, badass shots. Ooh, transition is crazy. Oh, look, they got her hands all locked up. Oh. Damn, look at her face. Oh shit, here we go. Yo, the Glinda the Good Witch, Maleficent. Yo, is this like is this James Gunn showing that he can do what no one else can really do? Because these are crazy DC like Disney references, right? Like that those things are owned by Disney, no? Okay, here we go. I love it. Bro, what the hell is he? Oh shit. Bro, I did not think he was about to eat the picture, bro. Come on, son. That was such a heartfelt moment, and then bro just ate the picture. Come on, son. What are we doing? Oh, is that Greens? What the what? Green, Wonder Peacemaker, Batman. Oh shit! Oh my god! Jedi mind trick. That, that Oh shit. Batman was definitely old, by the way. Oh. Hyena vomit is crazy. Manic panic. Oh shit! She's strong as hell. Just like that. Okay, I'm not tripping. Oh shit! Oh! Oh! Oh. You goofy piece of shit! Bruh. Thumbnail time, baby. The pop culture references are actually crazy. Hey, yo. Huh? What? Bro's like, we are bros now. Bruh, G.I. Robot is dead, yo. Hmm. Ooh. Oh, he was their little pet, yo. Oh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, bro. What in the hell? What the hell, man? Man, what the hell? Damn, bro. That was sad as hell. What? Wow. Yo. Yo. Next week's episode's about to be a banger too. Holy shit. What? Yo. We just got done watching episode 5. Chat, how are you feeling? Let's get a temp check going, yo. Um, Creature Commandos episode 4 temp check. Boom. There's the temp check right there in the chat. Let me know how you guys are feeling about that in the comment section down below. And while you guys let me know how you guys felt about that episode, I'm going to get into my overall review of episode 4. Okay? All right. Let's get it. We just got done watching episode 4 of Creature Commandos, and man, was this a crazy episode. This episode focuses heavily on Weasel, as well as the just a lot, There's a lot going on here. This was a very heavy episode indeed. This show is super heavy, and I just don't think any of us were really ready for how intense this episode was. We start this episode initially just kind of solidifying the relationship between Rick Flag Sr. and the princess. Their relationship is obviously something that it's kind of something that I guess you can say has blossomed in a very short time. We already know that they've been bumping uglies and doing the damn thing to do. But now time has come for him to return back to Argus, bringing Cersei in and letting Amanda Waller know what's going on. So he has to leave and say his goodbyes, and he doesn't want to. She doesn't want to, but it's something that must be done. And again, this episode just showing off how good it can really look, yo. I'm happy that we just kind of get straight into it, and then we end. We get into the intro. I love how we just kind of breeze through things in a certain way. But we start at Argus with Diebeard from Peacemaker, just kind of solidifying that this is like all of the stuff that's happened in Peacemaker and Suicide Squad to an extent are canon within the DCU, which I think is awesome. It's really cool to see that kind of be the case. And we also see that Weasel has a lawyer. I don't even know how the lawyer would even think that he's innocent and all the stuff that's happened. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot that was going on there. So I'm not sure I'm not sure where they were able to, actually get a lot of that stuff going. You know what I mean? So it's very interesting to see how they've been able to show us so much in such a short period of time. But they have, you know what I mean? I mean, they have showed us a ton of things. This episode is awesome. We also get to see Frankenstein come into the fray a little bit more. Loving his girl, loving his woman, trying to find her, trying to track her down, and of course being a creep all along the live a long way, which is crazy. All of that is crazy. I love how he immediately is like down to beef with Rick Flag now. He's like he just starts hyper fixating on how he has a beard and how he doesn't have a beard. And it's really funny to see him go absolutely insane and be like, yo, you're judging me, aren't you? Because I don't have a beard and you do have a beard and he has a beard and you think I can't grow a beard. And it's like, bro, he doesn't even have a beard, the dude that you're talking to, right? So it's like, why are you so mad? And then it's just funny to see the guy with a beard and that's flying the helicopter, not the helicopter. Uh, that's flying the helicopter does have a beard. Like it's just really funny to see. And then we immediately establish that Weasel is a good, like not a good dude, but we see that he's pretty solid here. He's nice to his lawyer. His lawyer is nice to him. And I think Marisu said it earlier in the episode, but it definitely goes to like raise questions as to what the hell Weasel is, where he came from, and what his backstory actually is, right? Like we don't really see his backstory here. We just see a moment within his life, a moment that we hear a lot about, doing some crazy foreshadowing to what we will then see kind of end the episode. And I think they did a wonderful job in making us care more about Weasel. He's not just this crazy animal thing that's murdered 27 children. He's actually so much more than that. He's actually I mean, he is an animal. I think still very much so an animal. I don't think he's a man like his lawyer would like to suggest, but it is something very, very similar, very close to that. But we see, bro, Frankenstein is an absolute monster for real. Like the way he just snaps bruh's head, and it's insane. Like bro is a menace to the 15th degree. and he wants his bride by any means necessary. And I think in the next episode we're probably gonna see him save his bride, but it's gonna be really funny to see how she either does care or straight up doesn't care, and how she acts when she sees him. I love how we get to see kind of I don't know if it's necessarily similarities, but that transition of going from Frankenstein to Rick Flag does show that we got some similarities between those characters of some sort. We also see Cersei come into this episode. James Gunn had to let us know that her powers are only used by her hands because people on the internet were mad that Weasel was able to maul her ass, which is a dumb thing to be mad about if you ask me. But hey, people will complain about everything. I love seeing Amanda Waller here. Amanda Waller is such a badass in every role that she like every time we see her, and it's crazy to see her animated. Like it's crazy to see Viola Davis animated and hear her talk her shit, and it still hold the same amount as weight as it does in the live action stuff. You know, I think that's a really powerful thing to be able to do when crossing sections over from live action to the animated things. But you know, I just like the way that they kind of have their conversation and how it goes, and I like how Amanda Waller keeps talking to like Diebeard and keeps discussing things with him, and like asks for his opinion and how he openly gives it without caring. Like, bro, it's kind of insane how he's just kind of openly just being how he is. Like it's pretty funny. But you know, we hear Cersei say, you know, I'm here to save the world, and it's pretty funny to see how not just funny, but it's really interesting to see how Amanda Waller actually gives her the time of day immediately as Rick Flag is just kind of blowing everything off because he does have that connection to um the princess. Amanda Waller doesn't have that connection. So she's like, hold on, could you be telling the truth? And if you are, what does that mean, you know, for the world? And you know, she it does. I think it was really cool to find out that she's clairvoyant in that way, and it's like, oh, her hands can be chained up, but her mind is in. Like someone said it earlier in the chat as well that James Gunn has a crazy attention to detail, and it's things like that that are very close attentions to very close details. You know, as we continue going through the episode and we see we get a little bit more of the backstory for this for Weasel here. It's really sad to see him kind of look at the picture and then get this you know, get this like kind of remembering moment of how it was before, and you know how it was before, and how he like came to find these kids, and how they actually were all playing and everything was all fine and dandy and good to go. But it's unfortunate that, you know, we just see adults that just, you know, we see the adults that are just confused and don't really know what's happening and are scared, and they just cause a bigger issue than there actually needs to be. Like if none of those stupid ass adults would have, you know, uh bothered Weasel and the kids, they would have all been just fine. They would have been able to escape the basement just fine, and they would have been able to get out of there scot free. But instead, no, that's not what we get to see happen, and that's super sad to see as well, man. But I did appreciate seeing the lawyer basically sticking up for a creature, because that means that this world is just so different, and I'm wondering if them treating Weasel like a actual person back in the day, you know what I mean, changes everything else. But going from that, going into one of the dopest things that happens in this episode is we see Cersei basically give the vision to Amanda Waller and show her the future of things that is going to happen. And goddamn, was this an amazing, like, look at that, brother. Oh my god, like look at the way she's just absolutely decimating the world with the Forever Knights and Gorilla Grodd. Like, who knows what's going on here? I definitely don't, but it was just destruction, murder, and just insanity on the umpteenth degree. Like, look at the way, like, oh my god, look at the death everywhere. Oh my goodness, bat. Everyone's just gone. And it's just wild to see all of those things happen, and just such a quick succession of each other. It was just like, damn, this is we in the first you know, like we in the first 10 minutes of the episode and this is already going down. Like, what the hell is happening? it was crazy to see so many different characters, so many different heroes. I mean, look at that. That's Bats and Vigilante right there. Like, what is going on here, chat? You know what I mean? Like, that is the only thing I could say is what is happening. How are all these things occurring? Does anybody have an answer for me? Like, who is this? What's going on? And you know, where what do we need to do to stop this from occurring in every way, shape, and form? You know what I mean? Like look at that, bro. Like, oh my god, bro, we are absolutely cooking. The DCU is going crazy. I don't know why she would be working with Grodd or anything like that, but damn. Like, look at that, brother. Oh shit. Like, look at all the heroes there, like across the board. That is all of the ones. And then look, we got the big three front and center, bro. Like the big three front and center, straight pulverized, man, and hanging from a spear. And we got Superman hanging from a T. Like, what is going on, bro? Like, look at that, brother. Who is that who is this over here in the background? Who is this over here in the background? We got Supergirl. Bro, what? Look at that. That is wild, bro. Is that supposed to be Robin? I think that was supposed to be Robin, yo. Vigilante, Bats, like, bro. Insanity. Look at that. Starfire, Soups, like, brother. Yo, like honestly insane. And Amanda Waller is shooketh to her core. And look, even Cersei is shook to her core. Like, damn, so powerful. What a way to really show some clairvoyance, right? Super different from what we actually saw Scarlet Witch do in the MCU, right? What she did was actually create a dream vision X. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what she did. But here, this is a full-on vision, yo. And then we get the introduction of Dr. McPherson. Dr. McPherson. It's just crazy, brother. I really don't know where we're going with all of these threads for this show, but damn, it seems like we're really about to be cooking, man. And I think we are halfway through. This is the halfway point, chat. Like, this is episode 4 out of 8 episodes. So we are about to be absolutely cooking for the rest of this. But Flag is immediately defensive. He does not want to go and kill his booty call just off of the words of this crazy woman that was just trying to kill him, which I mean, fair. You know, that's fair. You know, for the love of the booty and for the love of, you know, just sanity. Like, how are we going to listen to this crazy woman that just tried to kill me and the entire team? And he's like, yo, I'm out. And she's like, yo, get me someone else who's less whiny and who's a little less of a bitch and just more of a bitch. And I'm like, damn, Amanda Waller. Like, Amanda Waller be talking her shit like nobody else, bro. Like, she talks her shit like no one else talks their shit. So, it was just really dope to see that, yo. And then of course the bride sticking up for her homegirl. It's really funny to see how she's like talking to Dr. Phosphorus, like, what, are we friends now? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, don't think so. And then she immediately goes and sticks up for for her homie, and then just, absolutely hornswoggles bruv to death. So unfortunate for him. He should have been locked in. I don't know what that means for anybody else, but I love the way that we are getting to see the dynamic of this team kind of grow together more. And then of course I already was a little bit skeptic about. I didn't think that Rick Flag was immediately going to call the princess and try to tell her what was going on. I think that's actually pretty diabolical. He has 100% got lost in the poontang. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got lost in the sauce. He is gone from his brain, yo. So I don't know what the hell is going. I don't know what the hell is up with that. I don't know. I can't wait to see how he reacts when he realizes that, he's wrong about it all. It's so wild because he's basically running on blank intel in the first place anyway. So to see him rock so hard and think with his flagpole, like Marisu just said, it's kind of insane because it's like, bro, This is exactly against what you're supposed to do. But at the same time, it's kind of interesting to see him do the same thing that his son did, but his son was actually right for what he did. And here it seems like Rick Flag might be wrong, which is interesting. But we see kind of the bro relationship expand from, from with Frankenstein and and Rick Flag, and it's hilarious to see Frankenstein be absolutely out of his mind over the bride, literally blind with rage. Which it's funny because he had the bride right there within his grasp, for lack of better words, but he is so jealous that he goes and freaking, he goes and does this, and it's insane. I'm like, bro, why? Why does he? Why does he absolutely go to fight, bruh, and get him? And by the way, this is the second time that we have seen Rick Flag handle himself in a fight with somebody that is significantly stronger than he is. So I'm hype about that, and it just goes to show how badass Rick Flag Sr. really, really is. You know what I mean? Like, it's really dope to see that. So I'm hyped to see what the hell can go on next, and I really like their relationship that they have, yo. You know what I mean? Like, I like the way he's like, yo, you love her, she loves you, you're both hot, and all these other things, and he like, and then he's like, yo, confessing his heart to him, and I just really like it, yo. It's really funny to me to see them discussing and just talking together. And by the way, the amount of pop culture references that were in this episode was completely insane. They were talking about Disney stuff, hella movies, what they were talking about Wicked, they were talking about everything, man. Like everything pop culture they were talking about. And that is something that Peacemaker does. And that is something that Peacemaker does very often in his show. So, I'm here for it, yo. I'm here for it, and it's pretty hilarious, brother. It's pretty hilarious. I love Frankenstein's character because he is obviously like wrong, and he misconstrues literally everything. Even when he talks about the movie, he completely sees that movie in a different way, yo. Like he is out of his freaking mind, and I think it's hilarious. And I think it's double hilarious that Rick Flag knows that he's out of his mind. Like Rick Flag is just like, bro, what? You're tripping. But out we get to see multiple relationships kind of get established, not only with Frankenstein and Rick, but also with the bride and Nina. And I like these characters so much. Nina is someone that's growing on me. I think we haven't seen at all, like we haven't seen shit from Nina yet, and I would really like to see more. I especially want to know why she's even in jail in the first place, Like she just seems like such the outcast of the group. Like she's the only one that should probably not be there, but she is. And Bride says a hard bar here where it's like one less human leaving more room for monsters to roam, and that's just badass. And that is how we basically transition into Weasel's backstory, which is the proof of just that. The showing us that with less humans, creatures would literally be able to roam free, and it's because of this stupid dude here that's probably high on mushrooms because he's out just picking shrooms in the forest. Look at how terrified he is, man. He is literally wigged out. His eyes, his pupils weren't dilated, but he is just locked in. A little bit too locked in, if you ask me. And he's immediately, like, just shooketh. Right? And the crazy thing about this is the fact that in a world like ours, if that dude made the call that he just made to the police, I don't think they would respond in our universe because it's like, oh, a giant weasel man is attacking children. Okay, all right, buddy, you're tripping. But in this universe, it's like They're like, oh, it's some type of werewolf. All right, bro, let's go check it out. We got to see what's going on. You know, like it just goes to show how different this world is entirely all the way around. All the way around, yo. It's wild. And I love to see it. I love to see it. And it was just really sad to see these kids being straight up kids. Uh and she, the kids are just being kids, and this dude is just a whacked out crack job. And without him being there, the kids would have been perfectly fine. This fire would have still been a fire, and it probably would have burnt down the place, but it would not have been as significant. I mean, look at this dude as he pulls up. Like, he is ready to murder someone as soon as he comes through. And that's another thing that pissed me off, is just the lack of not just humanity, but the lack of understanding of what was going on. Holy shit, is that little girl the lawyer? Yo, did that little girl grow up to be the lawyer, possibly? Is she the only little girl that got away? And the reason why she's trying to help him out is because she was there and she actually survived? Crazy theory, but maybe? Because, the black hair, that's really the only thing that I'm going off of, is the black hair. And that lady just, I did not understand why she thought he was innocent. Like, it just didn't make sense to me. Oh wait, is that the little girl dead right there? I don't know. She was at the top of the stairs. So I feel like she might have been able to get away or something. I don't know. Is that her body right there? Oof. Yo, something that I did not sign up for was to see a child literally take their last breath in this show. I had no idea that's what we were going to be doing, James Gunn. Like, I was unfamiliar with the level of intensity that we were truly going to be reaching in this episode. But damn, it was high levels. This episode was so sad. It was just so heartbreaking. And it was just crazy to see how bad Weasel was trying to save that little girl. Literally, he did everything in his power to try and save that little girl. But stupid ass humans, being the stupid ass humans that stupid ass humans be being, they see this dude with the child in his mouth running towards the exit, and they start shooting at him, not worried about if they could strike the child or not. They didn't care. They're just trying to shoot just so dumb. So dumb. Like, literally pisses me off. Like, every exit they're shooting at him as he has a child in his mouth, trying to bring them to the exit. Like, bruh, let the thing out of the building so you can tackle it afterwards. Also, super weird that they just tackle it like it's a man. Like, wild. Like, do you know how wild this universe has got to be for them to just full-fledged just go after that dude and attack him? Well, not dude, but go after the weasel and attack him and drag him and all that stuff. Like, just so sad, yo. And to know that the weasel was just trying to be a good friend and had to sit there and watch that girl die after trying to save her life and having the police literally stopping him from doing it, man. Just so sad. What a heartbreaking way to end a wonderful episode. Man, I can't wait for episode 5. We're halfway through the season, chat, and I don't know what's next, but whatever is next, I'm excited for it. Let me know how you guys are feeling about it in the comment section down below. Damn, bro, I'm so sad. That episode, I didn't know that that's what we were in for today, man. I didn't, I was not like, damn. I didn't think Weasel's backstory was going to be so heartbreakingly tragic. Like, holy. Literally heartbreaking, yo. Gypsy shit is wild. I also was like, what? I was like, yo, that's wild. I need a minute. Weasel's past is gonna haunt me, bruh. Like, I had no idea that's what was gonna be going down today. Like, why did we have to do this? Why? Was that who I think it was in the future scene? If you're talking about Gorilla Grodd, hell yeah, it was Gorilla Grodd. Yo, the hell yeah, it was Gorilla Grodd, and that is fire, bro. Like, are we about to see Gorilla Grodd live action? Like, James Gunn is going insane bringing Gorilla Grodd in to be the villain. Like, what? If you're thinking who I think you're thinking of, then yes, that's who you thought it was. Grodd, right? Like I am correct. Like I'm not missing it, right? It's 3 a.m. I don't want to cry, but I might because the Weasel's backstory. Yeah, that shit was heavy. Jesus. I can't believe we got that specific villain. Yeah, that is insane. It's insane that they just pulled out Grodd. You know what? We have the big book of DC. So let's see if we can find Grodd in the big book of DC. And let's see what that might mean. If you guys don't know, I have a big book of Marvel. This is the big book of DC. Hopefully, Grodd is in here. This is the new edition, of course. I hope Grodd is in here. I know I looked for some of the other Creature Commandos and I could not find them. I opened into G. Look at that. That's awesome. Let's see. Gorilla Grodd. Gorilla Grodd chat. And he has damn near a whole page. No, he doesn't have a whole page dedicated to him. W. All right. Let's dive a little deeper into Gorilla Grodd and see what we can see about who he be. Gorilla Grodd debuted in The Flash Volume 1, number 106. His base is Gorilla City. He is violent and very strong and can control others with his mind. Genius level intellect, possesses psionic abilities to move objects remotely. He has allies in the Crime Syndicate, the Raijin, the Negative Flash, Multiplex, and Poison Ivy. He is enemies with the Flash, Rogues, Solovar, and Damage, and he is affiliated with the Legion of Doom and the Legion of Zoom. So that is already a pretty solid backstory here. So let's dive a little bit deeper into it. Gorilla first contact. During the Flash's first meeting with the inhabitants of Gorilla City, King Grodd hoped to gain the Flash's speed force by consuming his enemy's brain. Gorilla Grodd is a violent and deadly supervillain since first meeting the Flash, Barry Allen, in Gorilla City. Grodd has had a deep hatred of the hero and believes he can gain the Flash's powers if he eats his brain. Grodd is not only fast and immensely strong, but also has amazing psionic abilities from contact with the Speed Force. When the Speed Force struck a tribe of gorillas deep in the jungle of Africa, it sped up their intelligence and evolution. They then created their own kingdom, Gorilla City, and worshipped the light, their own name for the Speed Force. Grodd became their king moments before the Flash first arrived. Grodd had his own father killed, and he ate his brains, believing they would give him his father's power. The Flash escaped Gorilla City and defeated Grodd, who was buried under the rubble of an ancient temple during their fight. He was dug out by General Silverback and soon reclaimed his control over Gorilla City. Leading the gorillas on an invasion of the Flash's home of Central City, Grodd nearly killed the Flash, who was only saved when the gorilla known as Solovar risked his own life to rescue the hero. I swear someone just said Solovar. Yeah, Marisu, you had just said Solovar. Um, the Flash later took Grodd into the Speed Force and defeated him in battle, leaving Grodd trapped there. Grodd was freed by the Crime Syndicate and found he now had increased psionic abilities. Arriving in Central City just as his fellow gorillas were making peace with the humans, Grodd took over, killing anyone, gorilla or human, who opposed him. With the Flash missing Seemingly killed by the crime syndicate, Gorilla Grodd renamed Central City Gorilla City. When the rogues refused to join the crime syndicate's new order, the syndicate sent Grodd with the supervillains to kill them. The rogues won the day, however, with Mirror Master trapping Grodd and his fellow villains in a mirror dimension. Later, Grodd learned he was dying from a rare degenerative disease. He used his powers to team up with the villainous Black Hole organization in an attempt to save his own life by draining Central City of its speed. The Flash cured Grodd's condition, and the Gorilla City Guard arrived to take Grodd away as their captive. However, Grodd almost immediately partnered with Poison Ivy in order to destroy the world of man, only to be stopped this time by the rampaging behemoth known as Damage. Grodd continued to find nefarious partners in crime, harnessing the Still Force and teaming with Lex Luthor to help form the Legion of Doom and free the evil mother of the multiverse, Perpetua. Damn, that's insane. Holy shit. That was one hell of a read right there, yo. That's like, holy shit. That's wild. Huh. Well, shout out to the big book of DC coming in handy, yo. I could definitely see some of that coming to fruition. Yo, if we see Gorilla Grodd and Lex Luthor start working together, this shit is about to be crazy. And the main issue is Gorilla Grodd, right? The issue is not the princess, it is Grodd. Old dude might have been on shrooms for real. Cause you know, he was just out in the forest picking shrooms like it's just the thing to do all willy-nilly. He's the main villain. He may be. He very may well be. I know a lot of people thought that the princess was Clayface, but it's more seeming that Gorilla Grodd may be taking over the princess. And it could be something even crazier, like Gorilla Grodd is taking over Clayface to take over as the princess in order to take over the world. That would be a triple quadruple holy shittle. You know what I mean? That'll be insane. Frankenstein needs a life. Facts. He really does. Because bro is tripping. Bro is absolutely diabolically out of his mind. Watch Nina be guilty of some horrible crime. For real, though. Really, though. I think she was probably some mad scientist before and did hella experiments on people. Like, that's really what I'm thinking. Hey, welcome to the Super Fam, Noel. I didn't even see that. Yo, I appreciate you. Make sure you guys jump in the Discord if you haven't already to stay up to date with all the latest scoops and news and things that we discuss every single day. Make sure you guys show some love. Join on in the Discord. Can't wait to get Flag Senior and Superman. I hella agree. I think he's about to go crazy, especially with how much they've humanized him in just this episode. Like showing us how much he's like, you know, like he's human. You know what I'm saying? I'm so curious what Weasel is. Facts. I'm like, yo, what's going on? I don't know what you told me. I didn't see what that was saying it to. Manic Panic is definitely crazy. I agree. They were wilding with some of the shit that they were saying in this episode, man. Like literally, what? 10 minutes in and we get a freaking future vision? Like, look at that. Oh my god, bro. Like, this is absolutely diabolical, yo. This is insane. Like, what is going on here? Like, bruh. Look at Grodd, bro. Like, look at Grodd. Bro looks so vicious. Like, what the hell? Look at that shit, son. Like, what? So now we know as soon as she gets that scar, that's when we have to start worrying. Like, literally just murdering everyone in the streets and shit, bro. Like, wow. And then just came through and is sitting on the throne. Like, whoa. Is that Wayne Tower? Wait, where? Oh, no, that's a Daily Planet. Yo, this is Metropolis. Oh my god, this is Metropolis, chat. That's the freaking Daily Planet right there, yo. Holy shit. It's going down. Like, bruh, what? Holy shit. Look at Robin over here, yo. Poor Peacemaker didn't even get a spear. Look at Batman, bro. That is definitely an older Bat. Damn. Like, bruh, what? Whoa, buddy. And then tomorrow we get the Superman trailer. Diabolical, bro. That's diabolical. This dude James Gunn knows what the hell he's doing. This dude knows what he's doing. Richard Flag thinking with his flagpole. Deadass. He's tripping. Was that Gorilla Grodd? Is he the main villain? He might be the main villain. But like Marisu said, it could be a misdirect. Best episode yet, and the kitchen scene is awesome. Poor Weasel. Yeah, poor Weasel. I can't believe Weasel had to go through that. Poor guy. Was the yellow gorilla Solovar? I really have no idea. Dang, that gets pretty far out. It really does. Like, wow. Rod controls mind, so the princess might not even be in on it. Exactly. I don't think Nina is Atlantean. I believe she is a human that did test that like made herself a fish person through like experiments and shit. And I believe the bride even said she's human. Yeah, in one of the episodes, Bride said she was the only human, and she's like, no one else sees me as a human or whatever, you know? I'm sleeping in tomorrow. Gonna have to catch the trailer reaction later. Mari Sue. Well, that's right, you guys. If you don't know, we will be live at 5:30 a.m. So that's in about 4 hours. We'll be live again in about 4 hours to do our watch party trailer reaction for the first trailer for Superman. It's gonna be going out at 6 o'clock p.m. PST. 6 a.m. PST. Shit. Yeah, 6 a.m. PST is when it goes live on the DC official channel. They have I think it's already scheduled and whatnot as well. So it's gonna be hype, bro. It's gonna be hype city. So if you guys want to be here, if you guys want to check out that live reaction, make sure you're here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. I know everybody and their mama gonna be live in the morning for that trailer, but I'm definitely gonna be one of them. So I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited to get into it as well, because man, it's been such a good day, and I love me some Creature Commandos, and I hope you do too. My reaction will be up here on the channel later today, so don't you worry about a pretty little thing, pretty little heads. If you haven't already, make sure you like the video. If you like the video, you can also follow me on social media at Sensei Finito to stay up to date with all my thoughts, theories, and opinions on whatever particular thing I may be partaking in at that particular time. I have recently made a Blue Sky, so you can go follow me over there too. I haven't posted on it or anything, but I got it for any of y'all that do. You can follow us on social media at Marvel Bros to stay up to date with all things Marvel and everything pop culture. You can stay up to date with all the latest news, movie reviews, and everything else in between. I definitely appreciate the love and support from all of you lovely people here tonight, and I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Tomorrow, make sure you're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed here for that Superman watch party, and then we will be starting our watch party for Superman and Lois season, the final season tomorrow as well later in the day. So it's going to be a full day of Superman, yo. So I'm excited to get into it, and I know you guys are too. So I appreciate you. Make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you turn on that notification bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next one. I appreciate you once again. And as I always say, stay awesome, stay nerdy, and don't forget to stay marvelous. Excelsior.
You guys would like to support Marvel Bros, do is visit our website at www.marvelbros.com and buy some merch. Represent the superfan. Or you can join our Patreon to get early access to content, patron-only scoops, giveaways, private Q&As, and those sacred watch parties. We appreciate you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Excelsior.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.
On today's pop culture news update.